Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to the next session based on the chapter Introduction to C++. And remember, this one is first PUC concept. Already we discussed the many topics based on the introduction to C++, and today's session we are mainly discussing about precedence of operators. Before that one, we all know what is an operator. So in previous sessions we mainly discussed about the C++ tokens. So what is a C++ token? It is the smallest individual unit in a programming language. That is actually known as C++ tokens. Then if you take different types of tokens, one is identifier is one token. Then after that keywords we discussed, and also next one is punctuators. Then after that constants, operators. Mainly 5 types of tokens are available in case of C++ programming language. In that operator mainly we discussed about operators in the previous session. So what is an operator? It's a special symbol used in a programming language that the particular programming language recognizes. If we take any programming language, if any programming language recognizes a particular term or a particular symbol, that is actually known as operators. Then there are different types of operators are available. One is arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators plus, minus, multiplication, division, and also the modular division. So these are the mainly 5 types of arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operators are available. Then after that we discussed with the next type of operator, that is the relational operators, that is mainly used to check the relation between the two operands. Then after that next we discussed logical operator, that is to perform the operation of logical operation and or not, logical and logical or, and also the logical not. So these are the operators that we discussed, and also we started with the bitwise operations. After that we started with the bitwise operation that is working based on the bit by bit. If you any operations are given, then that will be working based on the bit by bit, bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XOR and bitwise not. These are the different operations in case of bitwise operation. After that, we started with assignment operations. In an assignment operator, there are different types of assignments are there. Before that one, we also discussed with the C++ shorthand. Mainly in last session, we discussed about this C++ shorthands. What is the C++ shorthands? Means whenever if you want to assign a equal to a plus 10 or a is equal to a plus 20, like that if you want to assign, so include without using one more variable, can use same thing, is equal to a equal to plus equal to 10. So that is one more type of operation. That type of operations are known as C++ shorthands. So if you use a C++ shorthand, then different types of assignment operators are there. Simple assignment is equal to, by using equal to, can assign. Remember, when you are going to assign, the right side values are going right side to left side. Right to left, the value assigned from towards right to left, the value is going to assign. That is in case of C++ operators or assignment operators. Then plus equal to, minus equal to, these are the different types of operators. Then after that, next we discuss this special operators. Some special operators are there. Size of operator, one special operator, type casting or type operator, or we can say the cast operator. So that these are the some special operator we discussed. Then after that we started with the ternary operators. Remember, if you take the operators mainly are of 3 types. So that can include, one is unary operator, binary operator, ternary operators. The unary operator is performing based on only one operand. Unary operator is operating based on only one operand. That type of operands are known as unary operands. Then next we start with the binary operator. Binary operator means that is working based on, that operates based on the 2 operands. Whenever if you take the binary operand, that is working based on the 2 operands, that is known as binary operator. In case of binary operand, these are the different types. What I told, all these types are comes under binary operands. The next one is ternary operand. Ternary operand is working based on 2 or more operands. It is working based on 2 or more operands. Mainly it is 3 operands. Conditional is also known as conditional operator. That is working based on the 3 operands. That is known as ternary operator. So these are the different types of operator what we discussed in the previous session. In today's session, we are mainly discussing about precedence of the operator. If you take any operator, what is the precedence? What do you mean precedence? So, the order in which operator are carried out is called precedence of the operator. So, whenever multiple operators are in the same statement, if you given a multiple statement, whenever a statement is given, in that multiple operators are there. In the same statement, addition is there, multiplication, subtraction, or different operations are there. Means, so which operation should be carried out first? That is actually known as precedence. That is actually known as a precedence. First operator, some operator will be executed first. Next operator, after that, some operator will be executed later. That is actually known as precedence of your operator. That precedence is also known as priority or hierarchy. It is also known as priority of the particular operands. So priority means which one should be executed first and which one should be executed later. That is known as priority and also known as hierarchy of execution, or whenever hierarchy of operators. How operators should be executed? Which one should be executed first and which one should be executed later? That is decided by the hierarchy of the operator, or we can say that is the precedence of operator. So if you take a different type, these are the different types of operator. So this is a table structure. So which one I wrote first? That are the highest priority. Here this is a table structure. Starting from here till here is a precedence or a table. In that table, the first one is postfix. That has the highest priority, and which one has a comma that has the lowest priority. The priority is going to reduce. Or precedence, here is the highest precedence. After next one, next one, next one, next one. So priority is going to reduce. So whenever if you encounter these operations, so which one will be executed first means the first we call this operation will be executed first. Then after that, next operation, next operation, next operation. Like that, operations are going to perform. Normally, if you write 8 plus 5 into 3 multiplied by 3. So what is the answer? How you can say the answer? Answer you can say 8 plus 5 is not possible to perform first. So here priority will be given. So first here performing 5 into 3. 5 multiplied by 3. Then it will be added 8. So that is the precedence. So which operation should be performed first, or which operation should be carried out first? That is decided by the precedence of operator. So here, if you take this one, postfix is the first operation, or this has highest priority in a table. Remember, in a table, I wrote these many different types of operators. In a table, I wrote these many postfix operations. These are the different operators. These operator has the same priority. If you take the postfix operation, these are the postfix operations. In that, these many operators has same priority. So remember, if you this one and this one encounter means first will be postfix, then it will perform the unary operations. First postfix will be performed, then unary. After that, multiplicative, then additive, then shift, then relation, equality, then bitwise and, bitwise or XOR, bitwise or, then bit logical and, logical or, then conditional, then assignment, later comma operation. So this is a level, or this is a precedence priority. So here first this will be performed. But remember, if you use a postfix like this, these here different operators are there. There are different operators. There are different operators are there in postfix operation. Postfix operation, there are different operators are there. Open bracket, closing bracket, then square bracket, then arrow mark, then dot, plus plus and minus minus. So these have the same level of priority. This has, if you take the postfix, and these have, all these have the same level of priority. Whenever operators with the same level of priority are there in a statement, then how it will be executed? So, in case of different priorities, it will be executed one after another. You can say one after another will be executed based on the priority. But in a statement, in a single statement, some operators have the same priorities. Some operators have same priority. Then how it will be executed? Whenever operators with the same priority, then it will be executed in manner of first come and first serve. Who entered first, that will be served first. Or who entered first, who came first, that will be executed first. If you normally if you use open bracket A plus B, if you take open bracket and if you take closing bracket, open bracket and closing bracket have the same priority. Open bracket and closing bracket have the same priority. So in that case, which one is encountered first, that will be executed first. Which one encountered first, that will be executed first. Which one came later, that will be executed later. So that is in case of postfix operations, or in not in postfix operations. Whenever the operator have the same priorities, whenever the particular operator have the same priorities, that will be executed like this in the same way. Means who entered first, or which operator came first, that will be served first, that will be executed first. That is in case of the operator have the same priority. But different priorities means when a first fix and unary came in, first fix will be executed, then later unary operator will be executed. That is a priority. So first one is force switch operator. In that comes open bracket, closing bracket. Parenthesis is known as parenthesis. Next square brackets. Then it is for arrays. This is for any other operations. Then it is arrow and dot. Arrow and dot. Arrow and dot is known as member operators. That is known as member operators. And now if you have to perform the member operation, then that comes under postfix. Then plus and minus. That's also known as increment and decrement. Increment and decrement are also operations in case of postfix. That is the highest priority. After that, next one is unary operator. After that, next one is a unary operator. In case of unary operator, unary minus, not, then negation, plus minus, then pointer and size of. These have the same priority. These much have the same priority. One is a plus, minus, not, then after that negation, plus means increment, then decrement, pointer and address of, then size of. These have the same level of priority, unary operator. But in case of unary operator, remember the priority is assigned towards right to left. Priority means from towards right to left, the data will be assigned. In case of unary operator, from towards right towards left, the data will be assigned. Remaining all the cases, left to right, data will be assigned. That is in case of remaining. The next one is multiplicative. In case of multiplicative, multiplication, division and modular division. Multiplication, division and also the modular division have the same priority. After that, next is additive. If you are going to add, subtract, addition and subtraction, both have the same priority. Addition and subtraction will have the same level of priority compared to other. For example, here multiplication, division and modular division that have the same priorities, it also same priority. But whenever in the same statement, if you are going to add 5 plus 3 minus 2, then one more I write 5 plus 3 multiplication 2. So how the operation will be done here? In this case, in second case, first I will take the second case. In this case, how it is performed is first priority is done for multiplicative, then plus multiplicative. So first 3 into 2 will be performed. It will be 6 plus 5. That will be operation priority. But if you give the 5 plus 3 minus 2, 5 plus 3 minus 2, so plus and minus will have the same priorities. Plus and minus will have the same priority. Whenever statement contains the same priority operators, whenever the particular statement contains the same priority operators, then later which operator is encountered first or which operator is given first, that will be evaluated first, then later next operator. So here first plus will be performed, later minus is going to perform. So whenever this minus is given first means then plus is given means first minus operation will be performed first, later going to perform the plus operation. That is in case of same priorities. The next one is shift operations. Shift left the first and shift right. Shift operations, mainly shift left is there and also shift right is there. Both also having the same level of priority. The next one is relational. Relational, less than or equal to, greater than and greater than equal to. Less than or equal to, greater than and greater than or equal to. All these operations will have the same level of priorities. The next one is after that, next one is equality. First you are going to check this one, then later is going to check the equals. So next, equality, equal to or not equal to. We are checking whether equal to, double equal to means equal to and not equal to. That are the equality operator. That are the next level of priority. After equality, next comes on the bitwise AND operation. Bitwise AND operation. After equality, next one is bitwise AND. After bitwise AND, next priority will be given for XOR operation. Next priority will be given for XOR operation. After performing XOR operation, then only is possible to perform the OR operations. After performing XOR operation, then only is possible to perform the XOR operation. After performing all the bitwise operation, then it's possible to perform the logical AND operation. Logical AND operation. After logical AND operation, next is possible to perform logical OR operation. Logical OR operation. Then after performing all this, next only is possible. Next priority will be given for the conditional operator. Remember, conditional operator is a terminal operator. Is a question mark and the column. Question mark and the column. And next one is assignment operator. Next one is after conditional operator, later is going to perform the assignment operator. In case of assignment operators, here equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, modulus equal to, divide equal to, modulus equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and equal to, XOR equal to, then not equal to, or equal to. So these are the different types of assignment operations with the shorthand. The shorthand, these have the next level of priority. After that, next operation will be given for comma. Next will be given for comma. So these are the level of the different levels of the priority. Remember, here first words have the highest level of priority and comma have the lowest level of priority, and priority is going to reduce one after another. So remember, this is the level of priority. So whenever multiple operators are encountered in a same statement, so based on this priority, operations are going to carry out. If you are doubt, you can check the calculator. Calculator, if you perform this operation, it will be performing same level. So same priority, operations are going to carry out. And remember, in that case also, whenever two operators have same priority, means whenever two operators will have the same priority, means then which is encountered first, which came first, that will be served first. Is it FCFS manner? Means which came first, which is encountered first, that will be executed first, that will be evaluated first. That is in case of precedence of the operator. What is the precedence? Precedence is the order in which the operations are carried out. The order in which the operations are going to carried out, that is actually known as precedence operators. Next we will move to the level of precedence. Whenever if you give the different operators, there are different types of operators are available. If you take unary operator, in case of binary also there are arithmetic operator is there, then relational operator, logical operator, bitwise operators, and there are different type of operators are available. But in this case, mainly we are using only the arithmetic operators, relational operator, and also the logical operator. That is the mainly three types of operators we are using. So in case of these three operators, the arithmetic operator will have the highest priority. Arithmetic operator will have the highest priority. In that, there are two levels are there. In case of arithmetic also, two levels are there. The first is a multiplicative. In case of multiplication, division and modular division, that have the same level of priority. After that, addition and subtraction. Second is the next level of priority. After that, going to perform the relational operations. After that, going to perform the relational operation or relational operators, that are the next level of priority. After that, logical and. After that, logical and, next logical or logical not. These are the different level of priorities given in case of these operations. Then before that one, before arithmetic operation, the highest level is one is in case of logical not, and also with one more is there, that is open bracket, parenthesis. Parenthesis will have the highest level of priority. After that, arithmetic, then relational, and finally is logical operations. These are the operators. These are the different levels of priorities assigned for different types of operators. The next topic here is, that is type conversion. So what is a type conversion? Whenever if you take the C++ language, that the data is stored in a different types, or type will be different. The type, data type, that is actually known as data types. If you are going to store the one particular data, numbers, that is to be stored in number data type. The type of the data, the type of the particular data. Sometimes the characters will be available, sometimes only numbers will be available, sometimes fraction part will be there, or sometimes string will be there. So like that, different types of data. So that data if you want to store, then mainly we are using the different types of data types. The different types of data types are, one is integer, character, char. Integer means int, character means char, then double, float, and also the void. These are the different types of fundamental data types available in C++. So, but C++ allows to convert one data type to another data type. Whenever data is stored in one data type, that is possible to convert into one more data type. So that is actually known as type conversion. So type conversion is converting an expression of one data type to another data type. That is actually known as type conversion. One data type will be there. That particular data we are going to convert into another type. That is actually known as type conversion. If you take a type conversion may have two types. One is implicit conversion and one more is explicit conversion. Type conversion means converting one data type value to one more data type value. That is actually known as type conversion. But if you take the type conversion, the mainly two types of conversions are available. One is implicit conversion and one more is explicit conversion. Implicit and also the explicit. The first we will move to implicit conversion. If you take the implicit conversion, it does not require any operator. If you want to convert implicit, if you want to perform the implicit conversion, there is no need of any operator, or we can say user is not required. User interaction is not required, or operator is not required to convert the implicit conversion. Remember, it performs when the value is copied to any compatible type. Any compatible type, if you are going to copy the data at that time, automatically it converts the implicit conversions. What is a compatible type? What is a compatible type? When it is going to perform? So when you are going to see this one, first you have to say there are different types of variable or data types are available. One is int type, right? Int has 2 bytes. It has 2 bytes. If you take the next one, float. Float has 4 bytes. Next one is double. Double has 8 bytes. So remember, each data, the different byte will be there. If you take integer, 2 bytes, float 4 bytes, and double 8 bytes. So whenever if you convert to higher bytes, whenever integer data, if you copy it to float, whenever integer data is copied to float, means that will be converted as implicit. Whenever integer data type is going to convert to float, or integer data type double or float to double. So it can say downwards. Whenever lower data type is converted to higher data types, higher byte of data type is there, means that will be done automatically by using implicit. Whenever 2 byte is, that will be possible to copy in 4 byte, and 2 byte will be copied to 8 byte. That is also possible. Whenever float is there, 4 byte, or 4 space will be there. That is copied, that easily you can copy 8 bytes. That is possible. So these type of conversions are known as implicit conversions. That will be carried out when you are going to copy the data. Whenever you are going to copy the data directly, at that time it will be converted. Example you can write like this. If you want to write example, I will write the example here. Int a is equal to 2. A is equal to 2. The next one is float. Float b. Second one is float b. First int a is equal to 2. Then I assign b is equal to a. So this is known as implicit conversions. So in that value of the data type of a is int and data type of float is b. The b, that is float. So that in that case int is going to copy to float. That is possible. That is actually known as implicit conversions. The next one is explicit conversion. In case of explicit conversion, converted by user using the operator. So in case of explicit conversion, that will be converted using the explicit operator. We have to use one operator used to, that will be converting in case of explicit. User is required, and by using operator he is going to convert. So here is the syntax, or you can say that here is the general format. Variable 2 is equal to, in brackets, type, then variable 1. So in this case, the value of variable data will be there. In case of int data type, that will be converted to float. An example. So here you can see the example float, or you can say some other float is not required, some other you can write. So c is equal to int of e, means integer data will be converted to integer data type. So any other data type that will be converted to integer data type. Means because if you want to float, you can convert to int, but double if you want to convert to float, double if you want to convert to int, means then we are making use of explicit conversion. These are two examples. This is in case of C programming, in case of C++. Both also applicable in C++ programming. C is equal to in bracket of a. So to convert to integer data type, C is equal to in of a. That are same, but here brackets you can see. Here for data type bracket is given, but next here for variable brackets are given, parentheses are given. So these are the different types of type conversions. So what we discussed here, mainly type conversions. One is implicit and explicit. By here we reach the end of session today. In this session we mainly discussed about the precedence of operators, or priority of operator, or also we can say the hierarchy of operator. In case of hierarchy, which operator will be given highest priority, that will be executed first, and which operator have the lowest priority, that will be executed later. But whenever two operators will have the same priority, means which is coming first, that will be executed first in case of precedence. Then if you normally take three levels, one is arithmetic, relational and logical. First arithmetic operation will be performed, then later that relational operator, after that logical operations are going to perform. Then after that, we discuss with the type conversions. Here type conversion means converting one data type to another data type. Converting one data type value to another data type, that is known as type conversion. If you take the type conversion, there are mainly two types of type conversion is there. One is implicit conversion and one more is explicit conversion. In case of implicit conversion, you convert the data directly without using any user interaction, or you can say without using the operators, it's going to convert directly, and it performs when a value is copied to another compatible type. Another compatible type, whenever that value is copied, means at that time it is going to perform. Next one is explicit conversion. In case of explicit conversion, it uses the one syntax, one format. By using that one, we are going to convert the explicit conversion. Remember, in case of explicit conversion, we are mainly using the casting operator. This is known as typecast operator. This is known as a typecast, special type of operator, that is typecast operators. So based on this one, I will give the worksheet, work out that one. If you have any doubt, you can ask later. So by here, I will wind up my today's session. Thank you.